Welcome back.
Welcome
We're
back.
back. It's Wealthy Wednesday, Taji.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. Welcome back to season 4 of Wealthy Wednesdays.
Season 4. Oh my goodness. And I don't remember where we left off with Wealthy Wednesday. What was it? 2021?
Maybe.
22?
It was
Something
definitely
like
not
that.
22. Nope, it was no 22.
It was not 22. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad to be back, you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. Yes. And my name is Monica Matthews. I am the founder and CEO of Life Enrichment Group, and I am the CEO of Queen Care Products.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Tajiana Ellis, and I serve as the Chief Program Officer for the Life Enrichment Group.
Yes. And we are so happy and ecstatic to bring back Wealthy Wednesdays. We started Wealthy Wednesdays during the pandemic, really as a connector for us, to help each other get through like these pandemic times and to learn together, to grow together. And to really just support each other. And so we're back. Wealthy Wednesday is an online health initiative that really focuses on feeding our mind, body, and soul. And so all of our topics are going to be around just that. And we hope that you all tap in and be with us each Wednesday as we are going to have a bunch of different topics. Taji.
Yes. Yes. So I'm super excited about this. Let's just catch up about some of our past seasons. We started Wealthy Wednesdays during the pandemic, as Monica already said. Season 1, we focus on boosting our immune system. Season 2, we focus on promoting our personal wellness. Last season was all about the money. But the goal with all of our series is about taking the time to focus on you as we learn and relearn the ways to enhance our self care. So, this season is all about post pandemic care.
Yes, and let's talk about that post-pandemic care because y'all, we have to process and release those years. And I'm talking about 2020, I'm talking about 2021, I'm talking about 2022. Like all of those years, as we know, like were very challenging for a lot of us. But what we tend to do is like keep going without processing things, without talking about things, and definitely without releasing things. And so this particular season, I'm really, really, really excited about because we're going to really dig deep. Like we're really going to be vulnerable story and journey, just really in hopes to like support and connect with each other. So and I think that that's really, really important because I think like recently, like we're technically out of the pandemic now. I think Taji, is that right? Per the CDC. But that doesn't mean necessarily that we haven't, really released some things in ourselves. So that's what this season is all about. I'm super excited for it. And yeah, a little bit about Queen Care though. This is hosted by Queen Care. And the premise of Queen Care is to indulge, engage, and uplift. We want people to indulge in self care practices that really support optimal health. We want people to engage not only with us, but with each other, because that's really how we, build community. And we want to uplift those who are most vulnerable amongst us. So that's what Queen Care is all about. And again, Wealthy Wednesday is all about, an online health initiative focusing on learning and relearning how to properly care for ourselves. And what better time than now as we're coming off of this uh, pandemic, right? So we really envision this time together to consist of sharing information with each other that will really feed our mind, body, and soul. And it's really important that we continue to say yes to putting ourselves first, right? If you're someone that cares for others in your personal or professional life, then it's really important to operate on full at all times. And so we're about that self care all the way. But we should catch up on some past seasons. Let's let the people know, like, kind of our direction, like what we've covered so far, and where we're going, Taji.
All right. So we talked about our past seasons. So let's talk about our episodes that are coming up for the post-pandemic care. So this season we're going to talk about what will you make it mean, which is this current episode that we're on. Next week, we're going to talk about depression and anxiety. We're going to get into relationships. We're going to get into grief and loss. We're going to get into good and bad habits. What do we keep versus what do we throw away? We're going to get into business growth and sustainability. And then final week will be about values that will help us weather the storm. So today's topic is what will you make it mean? Care points / lessons learned. Wow. And yeah, it's gonna be really good. And so I'm really excited. We're just continuing on that journey. And for those who are just now tuning in, I do want to let you know that there are a lot of ways for you to stay connected with us. This show is one of them, but other ways you can stay connected with us is to make sure you like, comment, and share this particular video that you're on right now. But also follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, Queen Care Products, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also go ahead and visit the website www.queencareproducts.com.
I love it. I love it all. I love it all. The more opportunities that we have to connect with each other, the better. A lot of people that I've been talking to, Taji, like really the theme across the board, and even with myself too, like we fall into this thing of suffering in silence and like isolating ourselves. And so let's connect, y'all. Y'all come get down with us and let's connect. So, as always, right, Taji, we have the question of the day.
Question of the day.
Yes. So for all of you all tuning in, we always have a question of the day. We really want this to be an interactive, like, let's converse. Let's have a dialogue about these topics. And today's question of the day
is what is an essential lesson that you learned during the pandemic? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about, you all. So there's so many lessons that we're going to get into in a second, but one particular lesson I did learn is to slow down. Just slow down. Just doing too much. Slow down. What about you, Monica?
I think my biggest lesson really was about thinking in future tense. Like always think in future tense. And what I mean by that is like a lot of times we get caught up in the past. Like what happened back then, what didn't happen back then, what you did, what you didn't, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? In the past, which affects you presently, which definitely affects your future. And so I think with the pandemic, I kind of had to like get it together and let some things go. And that's when I really learned the importance of releasing, but like thinking future tense.
Yeah.
And for example, like with the pandemic, right before the pandemic started, literally I had opened Queen Care in Columbia City, December 2018. The pandemic hit a little over a year after that. We were still a baby. But however, before the pandemic hit, I was thinking, future tense. Like, I'm going to sell out in bulk. I'm going to go global. Like, my mind literally was like 10 years down the line. And I started making like financial investments that reflected my future tense thinking, like, buying in bulk containers and buying in bulk raw materials. I didn't even have the sales for those investments. But because I thought in future tense, when the pandemic hit, I was prepared, and I was the only outfit that I had all of the containers I needed, because at that time, like, distilleries were starting to make hand sanitizers, like alcohol distilleries. And so they were buying up all the containers, but I had everything I needed during the pandemic to like get down in business. And that was because of my future tense thinking. So I think that was the biggest really lesson for me during the pandemic. But I'm going to be sharing a whole lot of that was the biggest lesson, but it wasn't the only.
Right. We all have probably a lot.
We have a lot that we're going to be sharing this season, Taji. We're actually going to be going really, really deep. Like this first session is pretty topical, but we're going to go deep with all the lessons we've learned, and we want you all to share with us too.
Please.
Yes. So I also wanted to point out too that like the pandemic did end as a public health emergency this May 11th of this year, y'all. 2020, 2021, 2022, and this year. And so just think about that. That was like a month ago, 3 long years. And, listen, it's time to release. That's all this season is about, is releasing. I know I'm ready to. Are you, Taji?
Absolutely.
Cool. Are there any comments? Let's talk. Let's see what's going on. People, y'all, what we got going on?
Not yet.
Okay, well, you all please feel comfortable to share as we keep going. But I think that like we should get into some care points. Let's put the care in queen care. I think that one thing that really like helped me get through the pandemic, like seriously, is believing in myself and knowing that, there's not always going to be, someone cheerleading you on every single second of the day. Like you have to really be that person for yourself, right? And then allow others to add on to that. I feel like when you believe in yourself, it just puts the energy out there for more support, right? It's like I can't expect someone to support me if I don't support me myself. And I think that was like a foundational piece that I really just held on to really, really tight during the pandemic. Even when things were looking like really, really grim, that belief in myself was very, very key. Yeah. What about you? What do you think? Do you have some care points that you want to share with our audience? Like what were some things with you, Taji, that you really, feel like you held on to during the pandemic?
Yeah, I think I'm glad we're doing this. I think, it's crazy to think, like you mentioned, that the pandemic literally ended as of May 11th. So just think about that was like less than a month ago. So it's been a long 3 years. We literally have been in pandemic mode for the last 3 years. That's crazy. So like you said, it's time to release. I know I'm ready to, and I know this is an opportunity for us to do this together. I think with the care point, also with a lesson learned is just learning about, at the start of the pandemic, I felt like I was actually kind of coming on strong. Like I was able to slow down, which I mentioned earlier for our question of the day. If you don't know the question of the day, please answer that in the comments. But just being able to slow down and do things that I needed to do for myself. I really kind of started doing that towards the beginning of the pandemic. So that just meant like taking better care of my health, focusing more on my own personal development. And then we'll be going more in depth during the season. So I'm not going to get too much into the events that have taken place during the pandemic that really did take a huge toll on my emotional and mental health. However, that decline in terms of my growth and progress of how strong I started in 2020, 2021, it kind of pivoted and took a turn, down. But, with that, I spent most of 2022 recovering and really processing all that happened. And so even though it took a huge toll on me, I started to make a decision to not give up. So I think one of my biggest lessons in that is to not give up. I didn't even realize I had given up until I felt like I was just sinking. So the final quarter of 2022 is when things started to turn around for the good. And there were so many times that it didn't feel good, but I couldn't stop believing, or I could not give up on my faith. I could not give up in the Lord. And so mine is just not to give up. And when you know you are called to purpose and your assignment, even on days when you don't feel like it, those are the times we have to learn to press our way. Opposition will try and keep us from pursuing our goals and the things we are purposed to do. However, we have the choice to not give up. And it's a daily decision to keep going and not to give up.
Yeah, it really is, Taji. And thank you for sharing that, because I know when we were talking about, bringing Wealthy Wednesday back, we're thinking about, what do we want to talk about? Like you recap our other seasons, we talk about financial management, we talked about our immune system, we talked about different things, but, that whole thing about not giving up and about releasing and all of that, I feel like that is so very important. It's like, it's kind of cliche saying in the way like, oh, don't give up, don't give up, but it's real. It's a character trait, actually. And it separates, the weak from the strong. It separates the haves and the have nots, and the doers and the do nots, right? And I just think that, like, 2020 took us all by surprise, right? Absolutely. And we were like, I was like, what's going on? But still functioning, a lot of me with 2020 was, I didn't really even realize the state I was in until things slowed down with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right. And during all of 2020, there was so much change. And that wasn't the time to give up. We all, in some sort of way, kept going because, we're still here to talk about it,
Absolutely.
2021, same thing. Things kept happening, and it was like really bittersweet for me because it was like, growth was happening in business. My personal life was going down,
Yep.
But it was really needed to go down to come up. Like, it was just so many ebbs and flows and ups and downs. And I think the thing that really remained constant, came up on 2022 too, was don't give up. Like, just one step at a time. Like, yes, all this is going on, but listen, we still here for another day, another moment, exactly. And I think that is very valuable. And I think that we all should see that in ourselves. Like, absolutely. We should all like pinpoint, like, and just really pat ourselves on the back. Really,
listen,
about the fact that we're still here.
Absolutely.
So we're still here. And like I said, when we were talking, Taji, about what we were gonna do, it just felt right to just go deep and really be vulnerable. So this whole series is like, you're getting all of Monica, like, not just, the picture perfect, like, snapshot, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
um, and of you too, and I feel like this is a part of our healing journey. And
Absolutely.
um especially just this is not just in entrepreneurship, but this is just in life in general. um I feel like, you know um let's start showing a balanced view of things, so like for example, in entrepreneurship is so glamorous, right, and everything, and everybody wants to be entrepreneur, this and that and other. Rarely do we talk about the challenges of that,
Right.
what
Right.
comes along with that. And then you can put anything in that blank. I just put entrepreneurship, but you can put anything in there. Like, we just need to have a more balanced um, view. And I think that the positions that we're in, when you're in leadership positions, I think it's our responsibility to really show that balanced view. So this is going to be an interesting series as we
Yeah.
process, but I think very necessary. And I think like the nugget that you gave about like just don't give up, it's so simple, but it's so real.
It's so real. It's
Yeah.
so real. And it's good. I see there's a couple comments in there. So let's pull those up. Hey Melanie. It says I learned during the pandemic that I needed a emergency safety plan, an emergency fund, and multiple streams of income. And also, Melanie said another lesson was I needed to be kind to myself. During isolation, there was so much opportunity for blame and shame.
Ooh,
That's good.
that's
Thank you for
real
sharing.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, Melanie, because
Yeah.
like that blame and that shame, that's the stuff that we gotta air out.
We have to.
We have to air out that stuff. And I like attest to that too. Like, I can relate to that because it was very easy to feel shame about where you're at or where you're not at, or what you can do or what you cannot do, and then right after the shame comes blame. And normally we're blaming ourselves or blaming somebody else close to us, blaming ourselves,
Yep.
when really, listen, who we gonna blame for the pandemic?
Right.
Who we gonna blame? And yeah, we can say, oh, I should have, could have, would have, I should have had my savings together, I should have had my money right, all that stuff. But again, that goes to past tense stuff affecting the future, and not
Right.
thinking in future tense. So I think that's real good, Melanie, about being kind to ourselves.
Yes, we have to.
Like, it doesn't cost anything to be kind, like, to anybody. It's free,
It's
you
free.
know? And you don't know who you could be helping by just being kind to
That's
somebody,
true.
you know? Um, and especially during that time, it was not time to be extra burdening down other people with crap. 2020, 21, 22,
Listen,
that wasn't the time to be being mean and nasty.
no, it's not.
I mean, it never is, but I'm just
It
saying,
never is, but it definitely not during that time.
it wasn't the time, for that. And then, another that other comment, Melanie, about having that money together, honey.
That's real. That part.
That part was so real because you just never know when an emergency is gonna happen. We didn't know the pandemic was coming. We was shoot doing this, doing this. Next thing you know, we all locked down.
Listen,
Getting
what
caught.
was going on?
So yeah, thank you for those comments, Melanie. Those are, and that's just an example of the fact that we all can relate to what Melanie just said.
Absolutely.
And just learning and understanding like the importance of releasing.
Yeah.
To be able to release 2020, 21, 22, pandemic, um we have to be vulnerable. We have to talk about it. We have to
Yep.
talk about it. because we're not the only ones. And so that's the thing, like that suffering in silence and isolating ourselves and all of that. Like when it really breaks down, it's like, you're not the only one.
Yeah,
Listen, there's strength in numbers. Like, you can find somebody else that have very similar experiences and link up and support each other. And so
absolutely.
that's the whole basis of Wealthy Wednesdays this particular season.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, I don't know about you all, but I'm really looking forward to the series, and I'm excited for what it's going to bring. It's going to bring opportunity for us to really dive into some deeper things that a lot of us may be going through, but not a lot of people really talk about it, for a variety of reasons. But here is going to be a safe place, and here we're going to be able to talk about those things that most people don't, that shy away from. People say, "Oh, how are you?" And you respond, "Oh, I'm fine." But like, let's dig deeper. How are you really? That's what we're gonna dig deep into that. So I'm excited to do that.
Yes, absolutely. And this is post-pandemic care. Okay.
Yes,
This is I don't know, we still saying new normal.
I guess I don't know.
This is just
I'm
life,
probably gonna
right?
still say it. This is just life at this point.
This is
There is
life.
no new normal.
It's just life at this point, and it should be new life, right? It should
New
be
life.
something a little bit different because I know we've all learned some jewels. So let's put all those jewels in our crowns and share them together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited. Yeah, so let's we have some important announcements and some summer offerings. So let's get into that about our announcements.
Excuse me.
So our so we have a Queen Care summer series that is starting off this Friday, June 9th. So that's literally in like 2 days, June 9th, with an open mic karaoke night that will be hosted by Queen Care and myself. So please come through to get, have fun, hear some, people with some talent, maybe sing a song if, you feel ready, feeling brave, get your favorite song. It is a clean open mic, but we're going to still have fun. So it's going to be good. And if you want to sign up the day of, you're more than welcome to. There is a online sign up sheet that I could put it in Queen Care on the Queen Care page again. But you can also sign up on the day of if you're just like, you know what, I want to share a poem, or I want to share some comedy, or whatever talent, gift that you didn't really tell anybody. This is your opportunity to shine. Come on.
It's your time to shine.
It's your time to shine. So that's on Friday at 7 p.m. What else do we have for the Queen Care series?
Okay, first of all, I'm really excited for the Queen Care series because, like we just been talking about, providing ways to engage with each other and connect with each other. So you all come on out, like let's
Please.
build. Um, but after you get done with open mic / karaoke night on Friday, as in this Friday, on Sunday we will be hosting self care and sip at our Queen Care Jackson location. Now, this is a time for you to come and receive complimentary mini spa treatments. This is a time for you to really connect with like minded people in a relaxing environment and choose your favorite thing you want to sip on. We might gonna have some, Martinelli's, have a little water. Have a little wine, but
Favorite
you can
sip?
choose your favorite sip. And this is an event that I'm really excited about too, because we were hosting these events prior to the pandemic. The pandemic cut all of that out. So we're just bringing back um, who we are and what we're about in these events. So that's this Sunday at 4:30 p.m. at our Queen Care Jackson location. Then,
Yes.
wait a minute, hold on though. After Sunday comes Monday. Okay,
Yep.
because we're still in this Queen Care Summer Series. So we have Monday, where we are going to have, is that Fitness for the Culture coming?
Fitness for the Culture. Ashley McCarver, the owner and founder of Fitness for the Culture, she's gonna give y'all a good workout at 6:30 p.m. Again, all this is at the Queen Care flagship, which is 23rd in Jackson. I forgot to mention open mic. It's also at the Queen Care 23rd in Jackson flagship. But yeah, so you want to get your workout on. So after you do your open mic and karaoke, after you get some self-care and sip, you gotta take care of that body. So you might as well work out, a little bit, have fun. So and Ashley's classes are no joke. So be ready with like a yoga mat and a water bottle, okay?
Yeah. It is all to the good. It's all about this wealth, y'all, mind, body, and soul. So come on, get down with Fitness for the Culture. Then on Tuesday, because we're still in the summer series, y'all, we're going to have Philippia come in of Philly So Creative. And if y'all don't know this young lady and her crafting skills and abilities, I'm always asking Philippia to make me something, embroider me something in particular. But adult craft night, we're going to have some cute stuff that we're going to be making. Crafting and arts is really good therapy, okay? Absolutely. And it's really good for your mind to just calm yourself and create something beautiful. So come on, bring out your artsy side and come on down to Queen Care on Tuesday.
So basically every second week of the month, June, July, and August, those activities will be there. They are all free except for Fitness for the Culture. There is a $10 drop-in fee to Fitness for the Culture, but all the activities are free, less than $10. Like, what are we talking about now?
Wow. You know what? Yeah, what are we talking about?
Because like, you need to be there.
You need to be there. And it's really important for us to continue to feed our community, to really support our community, because our community supports us. And so it's important for us to provide complimentary or very low cost activities for us, y'all. So I hope to see all of y'all. Come on out. We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time. And then Melanie said, health is wealth, baby. Period.
It's wealth, because here's the thing: we can have $1 million gazillion, $1 million gazillion friends, or all of that, and if we sick and can't come outside, if we sick and can't come get out the bed, or can't walk, or can't enjoy it, like
what?
Where's the wealth in that? To me,
then what?
What's the point?
What's the point? Like, there's no point. So, so you might as well come out. Before we have final words from Monica, I do also want to let anybody know we have a couple of different youth programs through our Life Flourishing Group, nonprofit sister organization. The Scholars Project, which is a middle school program for it's a program for middle school students, and it's academic support. Focusing on cultural enrichment as well as a reading and writing focus. And it's a lot of fun. So if you have a 6th to 8th grader, please get them to sign up. We still have a few spots available, and it is a free program that will be at South Shore this year. So you want to get signed up. Last but not least, we also have our youth and business program, which is for young ladies from 14 to 18 years of age, and they have to either live in Seattle or attend a Seattle public school. So either one of those, and then they will be eligible to attend, and they have to be have not done any of our programming before. So that's it. But they're getting paid, and they're getting experience in the Queen Care store. They're getting experience about entrepreneurship, economic development, all those things that are super important for our young people to be successful. So you want to be a part of that. And again, it's free. We're paying them to get this experience. So yes, spread the word.
Listen, we need these young people to take care of us
as we
come on into these new ages.
I'm done.
Oh Yeah, so you all please connect with us. You know, we got the Queen Care Summer Series going on. Life Enrichment Group has a lot of complimentary programs going on this summer for the young people. There's something for everybody, Taji.
Something for everybody.
For everybody.
Nobody's left out.
No. All right. Well, listen, you all, like we said, we were kind of staying topical for this first Wealthy Wednesday session, our welcome back session. But we will be going deeper each week, and we really want you all to join us. We're going to have some good guest speakers and some people to help us process through releasing. But my final words today really is just take it easy, y'all. Like, you know, take it easy, breathe, like smell the roses. Like, we've been through a lot these past 3 years, you know, and we've been plowing through, hanging on by a string. Some of us like grab above the brake. We grab above the brake because we're here, right? So we got to take it easy. Like, you know, get your rest, you know, take that long hot bubble bath, like say no to some things. Just take it easy. We're going to release and we're going to do it together. We're going to be good.
We're going to be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So until next week, Wealthy Wednesday, y'all, we are signing off. And thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in. For those of y'all tuned in live and for those of you that are going to watch it later, we love and appreciate all of y'all. We got you. Let's have each other's back. And we'll see you next week. Wealthy Wednesday. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Bye.
Welcome back.